Finally, the most definitive answer for when you should file for Social Security. I mean, literally, this is, I guarantee you have not read or heard about this yet. So we're going to dive into it. This is my man from Chris Barfield, CPA, CFE. Is that a fraud exam? Ooh, that might be a certified fraud examiner. I hope he's auditing the freaking fraud in Georgia. 3 counties already. We're not even talking about Fulton County yet or Chatham County. Fraud everywhere. Fraud, fraud, fraud. Anyway, so he says, this is from his LinkedIn. And of course, you go to Chris Barfield. We go to, hold on, I'll show you where his website is. Barfield Financial as well, barfieldfinancial.com. I wonder if this article is on there because this is a good piece. Let's see. Let's see if he's got that on there yet. No, not yet. All right, so anyway, so this is his LinkedIn stuff. And Chris Barfield, you can follow him on LinkedIn. You should. All right. So anyway, you can see I'm following old Chris. Anyway, so finally, the definitive answer of when to file for Social Security. Sorry, that was clickbait. There's no definitive answer for this question. There will be peace in the Middle East before people agree on when to file for Social Security. It's actually not clickbait. I chuckled at that, but because this is a great, great article for you to get a gauge of when you should file. But I think I can at least explain some of the origins of the controversy surrounding when to file, and that might be just as good. Imagine this scenario. You're preparing to sit down to a sumptuous Thanksgiving feast with extended family. Everyone's there. The liberal in-laws, the weird conservative group you can't remember how you related to. You've got the turkey, stuffing, homemade cranberry sauce, and somehow carefully fashioned to the shape of a can. And as soon as everybody gathers around, you open the conversation. So, Trump's done a great job, don't you think? You may want to rethink your icebreakers. And also whether Cracker Barrel is accepting reservations for next year's Thanksgiving feast. The financial equivalent to this scenario is announcing that you plan on filing for Social Security at 62 or 70 or any age in between. Prepare yourself for the onslaught of opinions after a dizzying array of statistics to support the various positions that people take. Oh, man, is this ever the happy place of the expert 3 cubicles over? He's got some opinions lined up and he can't wait to tell you about them. I can't tell you when to file, but I can tell you the next best thing. I can explain to you the source of the controversy, which may help decide which camp you fall into. In my opinion, there are primarily 2 main schools of thought on when to file for Social Security. There are varying themes on each one, but at the heart, they rooted into the following. All right, so look, this, I cannot, I read this kind of cursory because Chris emailed me yesterday or today, I can't remember. And I gave it a cursory look. I said, man, that makes sense. That's it. These 2 things right here will tell you when you should file. It's I was amazed that I hadn't thought of it myself. It's insane. And so check this out. We got group 1, FOMO, fear of missing out. This group looks at Social Security as a forced plan that they paid money into for 30, 40, even 50 years. And they want to get most back they can from the government. Their main concern is leaving money on the table. Worst case scenario for these people would be to waiting until 70 to file, but then dying at 69. The fear of missing out drives them. They tend to be early filers. Get all you can all you get, and sit on the can. Filing before 70 means that even if you don't live that long, then at least you've gotten something back for everything you put in. Yeah, maybe their check won't be as large, and yeah, that might mean less money overall if they live into their 80s, but they're willing to take that chance. At least getting some of their money back and didn't die letting the government keep it all. I could not agree more. I think that's absolutely spot on. A group of people they feel like Social Security is, they want, hey, I put it in, I want to make sure I get it back. And the irony of that is, frankly, is that you put in, if you work more than 35 years, you're not getting everything back anyway. Because you only take the top 35 years of index earnings. So that the interesting thing about, and I get it, man. I get people like, man, I paid into it. I want my money. I want to get it back. I don't want to give the money, government, a free taxes. I want to get it back. Of course, if you die at 69 and you haven't taken it, you don't care. But anyway, let's keep going. I think that's good, and there's no right or wrong answer here. Group 2 is 4O, fear of running out. This group doesn't look at Social Security so much as money to get back, but as money to get them through. Leaving money on the table is no concern for them. at all. They are concerned more about running out of money later in their old age. This group tends to be the later filers. What keeps them up at night is imagining being in their 80s, having exhausted their life savings, and now with the increase of medical bills and inflation, their Social Security check is not enough to cover their expenses. As such, the solution to them is waiting until the check will be the fattest possible before they can file. They don't want to file at 62 and find out at 82 that their check is too small. Conversely, if they wait till 70 and die at 71, that's not a concern of them. At least they didn't run out of money. That to them is a success. If it means that they don't end up leaving money on if they end up leaving money on the table, they often say things, I don't care, I'll be dead. Many, but certainly not all, financial advisors fall into the second group. They want you to increase your monthly check as large as possible so that later in life, if you live that long, you're in a better position. Again, if you live that long. Summary, there are certainly other things to take into consideration. Perhaps a spouse is relying on a higher survivor benefit. Perhaps you are in your early 60s and still working. Perhaps you have a child. Again, we have minor children now for people in their 60s. Happens all the time. Perhaps you have very good anecdotal evidence regarding life expectancy in your family. Perhaps you don't need the money, you want to invest it. You're thinking you can get more than 8% a year return. But by and large, the argument between the earlies and the lates boiled down to addressing these individual concerns. I completely agree. And as you can see, each group is concerned about something different, and they are both right. Personal finance is very personal. What makes financial sense for one may not make sense for the other. The problem becomes one group fails to admit this and tries to project the right answer onto the other. Until there's no blanket answer for everybody. You can make the best choice you can. All right, which can? So we got some reactions here. Let's see what they act. Oh, someone named Josh says, but Chris, there's already peace in the Middle East because of Donald J. Trump. Biden, of course, will bring back war. I said that. Pretty good, huh? Pretty profound. Our Frederick, CPP, says, I started collecting at 66. I fell into the fog wrong camp. Fear of government running out of money. Oh, man, that's good. I'm going to like that. That's pretty funny. The fog wrong. There is no right answer here. I wonder if we did a study on like the background of people who took it late and took it early. The problem is a whole lot more people took it early. I wonder if you did a study on people who took it late, if they had seen, ants running out of money and just living, eating cat food. There's got to be something in the right brain thing or whatever it is. I don't know, whatever it is. I'm just saying there's got to be some kind of mentality that says, I fear this of running out of money more than I desire that or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Are the people who take at 70 more cautious bunch? A more fearful bunch in terms of not fearful, but they're just, I don't know, they grew up poor. They're so scared of going back to that again. I don't know. I don't know. Were the people who take it early, are they more optimistic investment returns? It'd be interesting to see studies on that. Some brain scan on how that works. But it's a great article. And again, as always, I highly recommend you subscribe to Chris's stuff because he's great insight for sure. All right. Love to hear your comments. Do you fall in the FOMO, the 4-row, or the fog room? All right, we'll see you.